loud. Okay. I thought I was echoing, but I guess I'm not anymore. Okay, so this is such an exciting Zoom for me. So first off, hold on. Mute participant. I'm just gonna mute everyone, and then Tay and Andrea, you guys can unmute yourselves later. Okay, so I'm so excited for this Zoom because 1 year ago I joined this. 2 years ago I joined this business, and 2 years ago I got on my very first Zoom, and I remember getting on, and I got on like 20 minutes late, and I didn't know that I was unmuted, so I was just talking away, and Lauren was like, "Okay, I'm gonna mute you now," and so I'm so excited. In February, my two of my personally enrolled girls went Emerald, Tay Hensley and Andrea Edwards. They come from totally different backgrounds, have totally completely different stories. Andrea, it's also basically an anniversary for the day that I kind of started messaging her 2 years ago. So that's kind of fun. Okay, so let's just Tay, since you're first on my screen, can you just kind of tell your story, who you are, because we have some new people on who might not know who you are, and just who you are and your story really quick.
Yeah, so I actually reached out to Casey in July, or no, it was June, right? June? Okay. So I reached out. I actually got pregnant my junior year of high school, had my son my senior year. I was working full time. I was taking summer classes. I was literally just doing as much as I could. But I just still didn't feel like it was enough. And I saw Casey posting. So I reached out to Casey and I was like, hey, I really want to do this, but I don't know if I have the people to sell to. I literally started this business with one friend. And she never ended up buying or being a distributor. She actually came to one of the meetings with me that I went to before I even joined, because I literally waited a whole month to join. But I don't even know. Got signed up and then kind of just ran ever since. My why has completely changed since when I first started. So I'm still in school. I have a part-time job. I have an internship. Busy schedule, but my why in the beginning was just help support for my son, and now we get to dream so much bigger because of it. Works we can dream to move out of state and stuff like that, and it's amazing. So that's me.
Sorry, it wouldn't let me unmute myself. Thank you. Yeah, Tay messaged me when she was 17, and she waited a whole month to join me. Okay, my computer is acting cuckoo. Okay, Andrea, will you unmute yourself and kind of just tell your story, how you got started, how many times I harassed you, how many times you ignored me because you were rude?
I was not rude. Okay, so yeah, so for those who don't know me, I'm Andrea Edwards. I have 2 kids, 2 girls, 1 6, 1 almost 8 months. I had Adrena 2 weeks after I turned 18, so right after I graduated from high school. So I definitely know what it's like to struggle. I bounced around with kind of figuring out what I want to do in life. I pretty much just knew I needed to pick a career that was going to be a financial that would support us. So I picked nursing, and I don't know if any of you guys have been a CNA, but it sucks. You literally wipe butts and you get paid maybe $8 to $10 an hour. It really sucks. So right before I was going to go into the nursing program, I realized I'm not passionate about it. So I pulled out and I didn't finish college. And then I have an art background, so I went into cosmetics, and I was doing Mary Kay for 2 years. And then that's where Casey messaged me. And at one point we were going to do a joint party, right? Aren't we going to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. So at that point though, I had kind of stopped Mary Kay, and I had picked up a full-time position at Lancome managing that counter. It's a cosmetic brand. I was at Dillard's. and she messaged me for literally an entire year. I ignored her majority of the time, but I was not rude. I don't think I was rude. But I pretty much was just like, no, I've already done that, self business. I have Audrina's 5, my fiance travels, I work full time, we're saving for a house. Basically, I had like every excuse possible. But I was still watching. I was still liking her stuff. I was even interested in the cleanse at one point. So she kept following up. She kept messaging me, hey girl, thanks for the love on my posts. Like we all do. And then one day my why changed and we decided we wanted to have another baby. And so, for me, the reasons I told her no became the reasons I said yes. I realized, okay, well, she can do this because I watched her buy a house. I watched her move out of her apartment. I watched her also have another baby. So if she can do it, why can't I? And she caught me at the perfect time. She audio messaged me and I was super curious to see what that said. So I opened it and yeah, I joined like a month later. I had to get through my busiest month at work. I told her when I would join. She didn't push, which I liked. And I joined in, last May? So yeah. And now I was able to quit my full-time job at Lancome and I get to stay home with my babies every day. So that's me.
I love that. And you guys, the thing is, like, she told me no so many times and she ignored me so many times, but I saw so much potential in her that she didn't see in herself yet. So that's why I kept saying, hey, when are you joining me? And I kept just like following up. And, I still, with both of them, they both had to wait a month before they joined me. And I still like their posts. I built that relationship with them and I was genuine with them. And I wasn't just trying to fill in a box on my chart. I was trying to change a life. Okay, so Tay, let's kind of start with you. So, everyone knows you're a mass enroller, okay? That's what you do. You mass enroll, and it's amazing. Can you kind of say, like, where you were February 1st at conference when this bonus was announced, and then what you did to February 28th that I think you were officially enrolled at, like, 10 p.m. So what did you do during those 28 days to, like, bust your booty and get it done?
Okay, so first, Casey, we can't see you. The screen's black, so you know.
Oh, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I can see myself.
Tori's been trying to tell you, but you haven't been looking at the comments. There we go. We can see you again.
Okay, my computer is, like, being crazy. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you're like frozen now. It's fine. Whatever. Okay, so February 1st, I was at conference. First of all, like, if you guys did not go to conference this year, that, like, is a must go. Like, you all need to be there next year. Like, completely changed my whole business. So February 1st, or, like, we found out on, like, the 3rd or something, right, about the bonus. So we were all in conference. Mark told us. And I literally looked at Tori and I was like, I'm getting this shit. So that's where my, like, positivity started. And I think that was a big thing for me, is that, like, I got a big confidence boost when I was at conference. And, like, that completely changed everything because I was ready to talk to people. I knew what I was saying. I knew what I was doing. And then, so we all went back to the hotel and started working. And that just, Sydney was with me and Sydney was going to be my Ruby. And we completely charted her, charted myself, projected all the volumes. So I had that chart ready to go. Like, I knew what I needed. I knew where I needed it. And that's huge. Like, if you want a promotion or if you want whatever you want, like, charting is the way to do it because you'll see you can subtract that volume every single day. And that's what I do. Like, from that day to the 28th, I was changing that volume every single day, checking orders, talking to people. A big thing that I heard at conference was that 50% of your effort needs to go to yourself and 50% of your effort needs to go to your team. And that was also a big thing for me because, like, before, I'm, like, a very competitive person. And when I have goals, like, I just want to meet them for me. Like, I love my team and, like, my team knows that. But, like, at the end of the day, it's, like, me. But then when I went to conference, I really took a step back and saw that, like, I'm not getting anywhere if my team's not going with me. And like, that's the kind of tribe mentality you have to have with your team. Like, you have to want for them what you want for yourself all the time. So that was another big thing. Like, I was always checking in with my team. Like, I feel like that was just like a huge thing for me. But then, so charting all my volumes, I needed roughly 4,700 to go Emerald. That number literally seemed impossible to me because I had been boxed Diamond over and over again, but then just like never found my runners, never had the right people at the right time. It just never worked out. And like seeing this big number at conference, I was like, oh my God, but I was like, I'm going to get it though. And like the whole month I was telling myself, I'm going to get this. And like everybody on my team was telling themselves like they're going to get this. And you have to have that positivity. You have to have that confidence or you won't get it. Because like so many months before, I was so close to different promotions, but like I was never confident. I was never so sure that I was going to get that promotion. And so like that was another thing, because if you even doubt yourself for a day, like that's losing like that little part of effort you could have been putting in for your day. And every day, like when you want to promote, every day is so important. Every day, like what you're doing is so important. Trying to think like a big things that I did different. I feel like I stopped going after people that really didn't want the business. I had been talking to like a lot of people before and planting those seeds, but like I'm the type of person that when I see like a lot of potential in you, I check in a lot. So like I think I was just overdoing it. Like there were people that just kept telling me no, and it got to a point where like I was exhausting myself. And when I went to conference and like realized all the lives changed like in that room, like I don't need to go after people that don't want this. Like if they don't want more for their life, like just leave them. Like they don't want to run with you, it's not worth it. And that was a big thing because like I was wasting so much time talking to people that just kept shooting me down when like I could be talking to people that like really want this business. Like there's a lot of people that really need this business, but like they don't know about it. Like find those people. Don't keep going after the people that just don't want it. But yeah, those were the big things that changed for me.
Yes, and you know, Tay and I would talk about different people that she was talking to, and my biggest thing is she would get so frustrated with herself because she saw so much potential in these people, and I would tell her, I'm like, Tay, if they don't want it, you can't make them want it. And that's the biggest thing. You cannot motivate anyone, okay? It sucks. I wish I could freaking shake people and be like, do you not see like what you could do with this business? But you have to inspire by action. So Tay showed up to pretty much every single Zoom. She would get to events. She would do everything she could. And by doing that, that inspired her team. So not only did Tay go Emerald, but she had 2 rubies on her team, Pop, plus 2 executives. Okay, guys? So yes, she went Emerald, but it was a huge team effort, and she had to get her team inspired, and her team had to motivate themselves.
And that was a really big thing too that I didn't bring up. Like my whole chart was new. Like nobody had promoted yet. Like I literally had one person on my team that was an executive that ended up going Ruby, but everybody else was a new promotion. Like, and that comes back to conference too. Like one of my Rubies went to conference and now she's like freaking killing it. So like next year, y'all better be there. Green carpet, y'all better be there.
Yes, events are everything. And you know, even those 1 team, 1 missions, guys, even these Zooms, events are everything. Okay, Andrea, February 1st, what did that look like? And what did you do February 28th? Literally, guys, till...
Literally 11:54 p.m.
Yeah. I mean, technically March 1st, but we're not going to get into that.
I mean, oh my God.
But okay. Guys, Andrea's promotion reminded me of my Diamond promotion, and I was just sitting on the couch and I'm like, it's never gonna end, it's never gonna end. But
literally, like, I couldn't type any faster. It was crazy.
Yes. So what did it look like, because you had a whole team to promote too, and so tell them what you needed and how you got there.
Okay, so back to kind of what Tay said though about like conference and getting there. Like you guys, when we say get to an event, like even get to a sip and sample, like 100% we mean it. Like I remember going to the Kansas City boot camp. Brooke was 5 weeks old. Like, I didn't care. I drove and I went. And there's nothing like being in a room full of like-minded people who want the same thing as you and who believe in you and who come from all walks of life. There is nothing like it. I mean, it truly will put a fire in your butt like nothing else. So at conference, I knew that that was going to happen. And, you know, I went into conference with a totally different mindset. By then I was like starving for this because I'd always wanted this business. I knew what it could give me, but I was wanting it more than I was working it. And conference, I knew I had to bust ass, and that's what I did. And so when we, when they said, you know, the bonus had been announced, we went back to the hotel, like Tay said, and we started working. And I wrote up my chart, and I still needed 4 distributors. By then, I didn't even know what volume I needed. I just knew I still had legs to fill. And we filled one of them by the time that night ended, and then got home, charted all my volume. I needed over 3,400 and still 3 distributors. And personally myself, I enrolled 6. I just knew that like this was going to happen. I didn't care how, I didn't know how, it was just going to happen every single day. And even, you know, I think just finding somebody who works with your personality, because Tay and I were actually teamed up for that personality thing, whatever. And she's on my sideline, so she's not on my downline. And honestly, just having like a healthy competition with her, like really helped with bouncing ideas back and forth. Like, you know, because at one point I was like, oh God, I'm kind of like freaking out. She's like, stop, like keep going. And I'm like, okay, like just snapping yourself out of it and telling yourself like this is going to happen. It's all about mindset. So every day I was messaging. Like I went to my Facebook friends list, started with A, every single person. There was not one person that I skipped over. I didn't care if I knew them. I didn't care how I knew them. If I hadn't talked to them in a while, like I was messaging them, giving them a genuine compliment, asking for them to be a product tester. And you guys, like one day I was in like 25 active conversations just by doing that. I mean, you really just have to do no excuses. I was going live. I didn't even care if I was nervous. You just have to do it. You have to do everything that's out of your comfort zone because great things come from that. And by being so consistent, I was having people reach out to me because there were months going into this that, you know, I was stuck. Like I wasn't enrolling any distributors. I was having a hard time with loyal customers, but I kept telling Casey, okay, I'm planting those seeds. I'm planting them. I'm ready for my harvest. Like I know it's coming and it will come. You just, every day you have to be consistent. You have to open up your store. You have to post. You have to ask people. You know, they're scared to reach out to you. If you ask them, 9 out of 10 times they're going to be receptive. And if they're not, you keep going. So I needed 34 BV to promote. I had 3 empty 400 boxes that I knew myself I was solely dependent on. So that was scary. But I wasn't going to let that stop me. I knew dang well I was going to get this bonus. And even the last day, you know, February 28th, that morning, I needed about 1,200. But every day I was pouring into my team. I was asking them, hey, how can I help you? Where are you at? Show me your chart. What can I do? You know, we were bouncing ideas off of each other. And that day when we woke up, we needed 1,200. In an hour, we dropped it down to 600. So just being consistent with your team and wanting, you know, just as badly for your promotion, but for their promotion too, because this is a team effort. You cannot do this by yourself. And like Tay said, and Casey, you know, you have to have people on your team that promote for you to promote, and you have to want it just as bad for them that you do for you. And I think when I realized that, everything changed. And you just need to love on your team. I think that's one of the things one of the things I took from conference. You just have to, you know, love on your team. They're not a leg on a box. These are real people. Like you need to love on them. And like I said, this is a team effort. So for you to promote, they have to promote too. And I could not have done it without my team, hands down. I have the best team. I love you guys. So that for me, I think was just getting to work. You just have to get to work. No excuses.
Yes. You know, the way watching Tay and Andrea, I'm like tearing up. I'm about to start my period, guys. So, okay, guys. Watching Tay and Andrea, you guys, my phone was blowing up all day long, and I was like getting so overwhelmed as a leader, but they just knew what they had to do. And even if I didn't respond, they like right away, they went to someone else and they found a way, you guys. They had no excuses. The way Tay developed as a leader, guys, she's 18 years old. 18 years old. And the way she developed a huge team underneath her and developed them all is incredible. Andrea, you guys, I knew Andrea had this in her. I knew it, but she just wasn't giving it to me. Okay, guys, she wasn't giving it. And I'm like, come on, just give me something. And guys, in February, I was like, and that is what I saw all along in you. Okay, and Andrea, the way she got over herself was amazing. So, you know, it doesn't matter where you are right now. You can totally transform yourself in 10 minutes, okay? Okay, so Tay, kind of go over with me what you did every single day, because like you said, you work part-time, you have a son, you have an internship, you have an apartment, you have a boyfriend, like we're all busy. So kind of what did you do to be really like focused on your time without like with still obviously being a mom and all that stuff? So what did you do every single day from sun up to sundown? Kind of just walk me through it.
Okay, so a big thing for me is that a lot of times before I really wanted this, I was just posting to post, like, and a lot of people still do it. Like, you're posting to get a post out, but you're not really thinking about, like, what you're posting or what you're saying. So, like, I recently just started, like, taking time, like, literally taking time to only focus on the post and, like, make it real and make it, like, my actual story. You guys leaving? See ya. Sorry. But, like, taking the time to actually talk to people and, like, be real, and so that people can see you through your posts, like, makes your whole Facebook page more attractive. Like, people do not want to go through and see, like, numbers and see all these facts and all these products, just, like, product pictures. Like, they want to see you, and, like, I showed me with products every single day. Like, there was not a day I wasn't posting with me and a product. And if you don't have a product yet, that is a huge thing you have to get on. Like, even if you're just ordering Fat Fighters, or, like, use your wraps that you got with your sample kit, but, like, posting pictures of you with the products, that's how you're going to get customers. And then messaging, like, I don't even have a number for how many people I was messaging a day. Like, I was literally going through who was active every single time I was on Messenger. And are you saying something to me?
I'm just like, as you're talking, I'm like saying, keep going.
Okay, sorry. But I don't even know how many people I messaged. I would literally go see who was active on Facebook, and, like, I was messaging everyone that showed up. And, like, but I was also being personal. So, like, it wasn't just me messaging them a regular product tester, product tester message. I was texting them something, like, about their life, or about, like, if I knew them already, like, just seeing how they were doing or something and getting the conversation rolling. And then I was bringing up It Works. Like, I wasn't just, like, starting out of the gun with a random message. And then, like, I would also see if they'd be good DTs, because a big part, I don't remember how many we needed, but, like, I needed to be boxed. I needed a few distributors. I don't remember the exact number.
I think you needed 4.
4? That sounds about right. So I needed, like, 4. Fine. Just leave it. Yeah. I'm sorry. I needed, like, 4 distributors. So, like, that was a huge thing, too. So I was looking to see, would they be a good distributor? And, like, if they were going to be a good distributor, I hit that first. Like, a big way that I got my volume was stacking distributors and building my team, because I know I got probably 7 distributors, at least, I'd say. So, like, that was a huge thing for me to fill that volume, and that's how I dropped my volume down pretty fast in the beginning, because, like, right out of the gun, like, before we had even left conference, I had, like, enrolled somebody. So, like, I was already going. So, like, actually, I enrolled 2 people at conference. So, like, I was already getting ready and, like, dropping that volume. So, like, I was stuck at, like, I don't even, like, 400 or 500 for, like, BV at the end of the month for, like, a week. So, like, I had already dropped that down pretty much. So, like, but getting distributors and being personal, like, so like I would go for distributor first, and then if they shot that down, I'd be like, well, would you just want to be a product model for me and like try out the products? It mean a lot to me. Did that. I did a lot of host-to-posts, because just if somebody like declines your offer for being a distributor, but like, you know, they have a really good like market, they have a really good Facebook page, have them host a post for you. I'm sure there's like examples of that in Boss Babes somewhere, but like those were amazing. I got so many potentials, and I added everybody who like commented on their post, even if like they didn't end up getting the product or whatever it was. And then like later they came back. Like I have a girl on my team now that somebody had hosted a post, and it was for hair, skin, nails, and she like wanted to get it, but she was like, I don't have the money. And so I like talked to her about being a distributor, and like she didn't come back until like the last day of the month because she wanted to know about the bonus, but I just signed her on my team because I had added her from a host to post. So that was a big thing. And then, so posting, messaging, literally everything was just, it works. Like even when I was out doing things, when I was at school, I was always using the products, like always talking to people. Like I just stepped completely out of my comfort zone, and like you have to be ready for that. Like you will not be successful without stepping out of your comfort zone. So that was huge for me last month. And then just going live. I think that was like the last thing. I would try to go live. I'm like a really forgetful person. It's not that I care about going live anymore. I just literally forget to go live. So like I'd say I did it twice a week. I mean, more is obviously better. Like if you can go live every single day. At the end of the month, when I was freaking out about volume, Casey told me to go live. What was it, like every other hour like somebody does? I was like, yeah, okay. But like seriously, try to go live every day. Like if you go live every day, you will have so many more people come to you. I went live about my bonus twice so far, and I've had at least 5 people message me. Like, no, they haven't all signed, but like I'm in active conversations because of it. Because people want to like, more people get notified because of the Facebook algorithms, and like people just want to know what you're talking about, like on a live. So those were my like non-negotiables every day, and like talking to my team obviously and helping them. But like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tay, like, again, is one of those people, like, she just goes, and half the time I'm like, hi, will you just, like, check in on me and say hi to me? But when she was, she was like, I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm posting, blah, blah, and I was like, you need to go live, okay? I remember my diamond promotion, and I mean, obviously for a double and triple too, but really my diamond, I'm not kidding you, the last 2 days of the month, I went live the last 2 days of the month. Okay, not every day, last 2 days, I literally went live every other hour, and I gave no F words. I can't curse because this is recording. But I literally didn't care, and that's how I did it. And guys, when I went diamond that morning, I needed like 1,500 BV, and I went diamond that night. So it's just really like, you just have to do what you have to do, and it's gonna, I was just telling Tay and Andrea the whole time, I'm like, it's gonna work itself out. It's gonna happen. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep pushing yourself. And the main thing is Tay, I mean, with Tay, I was telling her that every day, I'm like, I need you, like, you have to believe in yourself. And I got her a mug that said, believe in yourself, because she, like, we all know she's amazing, but sometimes she forgets it. And I tell everyone all the time, the first person you have to convince in the morning is the person in the mirror. That's you, okay? You convince yourself first, and you be confident, and you know that you're going to get this bonus. It will happen, okay? March 31st, you guys, Mark is going to hand out so many $5,000 bonuses to this team, and I don't care if you just started. I don't care if you're a box executive. I don't care if you're Ruby, whatever you are. Like, you can do this. You just have to tell yourself that, okay? That's the main thing, and you have to quit just talking about it and start doing the things you need to do it. Okay, Andrea, where are you at? There you are. Okay, so again, your life, you're crazy busy. Brooke is getting older, like she's starting to get on the move. So what did you do sun up to sundown? What was a average day for you looked like? Well, obviously you're still being a mom of 2 kids. Your fiance's out of town a lot. So what did you do?
So I am a big like Instagram story person. Every day I am on that story. If I'm showing, you know, my whole life, and then I'm sprinkling It Works into it. I know we always say like sprinkle It Works, and that's what I did every single day. I wasn't posting a post every day on Instagram, but I had a story every single day. Instagram polls are huge. Hands down, think they were made for It Works distributors. Doing a poll almost every day. I mean, I had so many people who accidentally clicked it, but I would message them, and then they would be like, oh, well, you know, I have been watching you do this. You guys, they're watching, okay? So you need to message them, even if they didn't click on the poll, because you can view everybody who's looking. You can see the people who are most engaging in your stuff and watching you every day, and that's what I did. I messaged every single person who was always looking at my stuff every time I had a like, obviously. But like I said, and then on my Facebook, I would post every day about my life and about It Works. But every day I was messaging. Like if I wasn't posting as much, I was still messaging. I was still doing all that behind the scenes work. I started from A, like I said, I started from A and I went all the way down. I didn't care if I didn't know them, how I knew them, if it had been forever. I messaged every single person on my list, and I didn't care. Like I knew I needed to get this volume one way or another, and I was going to get it. So I just, you know, people want this stuff. It's an easy market. We're in the best business for this, to do this type of work, because everybody either wants to be healthier or make more money, and we can offer them both of that. And you know, spring break's right around the corner, summer's right around the corner. Like I was messaging every single day, at least 30 messages a day for volume. And then I was double backing on my distributors because I still had empty legs. But like Tay did as well, I was stacking so that I could double my volume, because I wanted, you know, I needed this team to be strong so that we were
Hold
ready
on,
to claim time.
Andrea. Really quick, stacking is just when you have all your boxes filled on a chart,
Yes.
and you just start putting distributors underneath those that already are filled, so that volume gets doubled. I didn't want to have anyone confused. That's all stacking means.
Right.
You just
Right.
stack distributors under others till that volume gets to whatever it needs to be. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I could have kept going for Diamond, but I knew that this team needed to be strong, and I needed that extra volume boost. And so stacking is really great when you need the volume. So I was doing that. I was double backing on my potential distributors who told me like, not right now. And I was asking them to be a product tester. I was either going to get them to be a distributor or for volume. And almost all of them signed up for volume. And you guys, they're going to sign with me eventually. I know it. And now I have them hooked on product. So you need to just get them either way. If you can get them for a distributor, that's awesome. If you can't, you better get them as a loyal customer, because, you know, they probably want this stuff and they're just too scared to ask. So that's what I was doing every day. I was pouring into my team too. I was having them send me my charts. I was, going live too. I went live. I went to Audrina's school earlier than normal to pick her up, and I just went live. I knew I would have time to sit there and go live. I went live when she was asleep. I went live when Brooke was napping. You just have to do things that you're not used to get what you want. So that's what I did.
Yes. And yeah, for those of you who have kids who are like, I don't have any time, bedtime and nap time are seriously the times that I get majority of my work done. Okay, Jackie wants to know what you talk about on your lives. So you, Andrea, you can start, and then Tay, you can also say what you say on your lives.
So my first lives, because I still needed distributors, I was talking about this bonus. I was talking about how I was going to help you earn this, how long you had. I was just explaining, like, and being excited, and like, this isn't hard work. Okay, we get to work from our phones and make people healthier and make more money. Like, this is not hard. Okay, and I was just sharing that excitement with people. I was just letting them know that I couldn't not tell you this. And then once I had my distributors, then I was solely working on volume. And I would go live. If I was making keto coffee, I would show you exactly how I was making it. Towards the end of it, I would write, I don't know if you guys saw my live, but I wrote down, product tester spots for these certain products. And I made it for the urgency. I had open spots available. So I told them what products I had available, how many I had available. And then I was constantly updating them with how many spots I had left. And you guys, I filled one of the spots within like 5 seconds after getting off my Zoom, because you need to make it seem the urgency that they have to get this spot, that there's only one spot, okay? Of course, there's more than one spot, but you need to make it seem like that there's not. You got to find a way, the correct words to word it for them. The urgency, I can't say it enough. I mean, and then like I said, I kept constantly updating that picture of, yes, great urgency. I was constantly updating and filling in the names. When those spots got taken, I said, I only have one left. Who's going to claim it? Making short little posts, I just opened up one more spot. Who wants this? Claimed it. Like, you just need to keep letting them know, like, hey, these spots are getting filled. Do you want your stuff or not? Like, that's what I was doing, and that seemed to really work for me.
Yes, urgency is key. Okay, Tay, Tay, will you go over what you will talk about on your lives?
Yeah, so for me, like, same thing. I started by focusing on distributors, and my big thing was conference. So, like, I was going live about that and, like, how amazing it was and, like, how much I love my team and stuff. And, like, that's what I was focusing on in the beginning. But, like, I didn't have to go live about that for very long. I think, like, I got my box distributors in, like, a couple days. So, like, that was fine. And then I was literally just posting all about products. So, like, I was mainly posting me using the product. So that's, like, my personal choice rather than just, like, explaining things, is I just like to show people. So, like, I was going live using, like, all the skincare. I was going live talking about my results. I was posting my results, like, my weight loss journey. But literally, it was all me using the products and, like, me showing you my passion for the products. And, like, that was all, like, all of my lives were about products pretty much. Like, I don't even think I went live about anything else. Because, like, I personally feel like, well, I know that, like, when people see your passion and they see you with these amazing products and they see you using the products, they know they're good. Because, like, why would you be using them and they don't work? Like, I have people all the time ask me about my skincare, and, like, part of it's just, like, my editing skills. But, like, literally just because I go live all the time and talk about my skincare, like, that's it. And, like, I literally, like, cleansed my face the other day, like, on live. And, like, I know I looked like an idiot, but, like, whatever. Got me some potential. So, like, I would just say, like, use your products and go live about your products all the time.
Yes. Yeah, being a product of the product is so important. And like Tay said, like, you don't have to have every product in the book, but even if you get an essential oil or a fat fighter, like, talk about that every day. Okay, so I want to do one more question for you guys, and then we'll open it up for questions that everyone has. I just want you guys to give one tip for someone who's really working towards this Emerald bonus. What is one tip that you would give to that person? Andrea, you start because you're unmuted.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even know I was. God, just one? Like, I can only give one?
Mom. Just one. Yep. Okay, maybe two. If you really can't do one, you can do two, but that's
okay.
it.
I need to do two. Like, I just have to.
Okay, they better be good.
They are. Okay. One, you have to message every single day. You cannot skip one day. Like, you need to use this entire month to be doing all this back work. Had I not been so consistent every single day, I wouldn't have hit this. There were moments when I was like, God, I'm tired and oh man, but no, like, had I not messaged every single day, you guys, you have to ask people. They're not going to be running into your inbox. They're not going to be flooding you. Like, you need to ask them for volume, you need to ask them if they've ever thought of joining you, because a lot of them, I mean, everyone's watching you. We know that. So you just need to keep asking. You need to message every single day. I guess mine just came into one because I said be consistent. So every day you just need to show up and work. You have the whole entire month. You better use all of it. Do not wait until the last minute. You're going to be so stressed. And, you know, honestly, it probably won't happen. You need the entire month. Use it. You have this advantage, and just work your butt off and no excuses. Every single day, get to work, because if you do that, I know you're going to hit this and you are going to feel so accomplished afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. Consistency is like so important. You know, people say, what is the number one secret to being successful? Being consistent every single day. And I know this $5,000 bonus was extended for this month for those of you who enrolled in 2017. I'm telling you, for you 2017 people, it's not coming back. Okay. Like, I'm telling you. So if you enrolled in 2017, like, this is the month and then it's over. January, February, people who enrolled already in March, like, it's totally different. But 2017, like, come on, you can do it. Okay, Tay, one or maybe two of your, like,
I have two that kind of go a little bit together.
Okay.
So my first one is just know that you can do it. Like, there can literally not be like a maybe or an if. Like, you have to know you can do it, and there is nothing that's going to stop you. Kind of for like the 2017 people, when I first started, like, I don't know, I ran from the beginning, was signing so many distributors and like was boxed diamond, and I got really upset that like I didn't get the diamond bonus, and like that kind of hung over me for a little bit. But then like this bonus was announced, and guys, like, I was not close. Like, my volume was not good. Like, looking at it, I was like, oh my God. But like, if you have the mindset and you guys know what you're doing, you've been in the business like long enough, like, you can do it. Like, there is nothing that can stop you. For anybody, even like, if you wanted to go emerald in a month, you do it. Like Tiffany Hurt, like, did it in 30 days, like, no biggie. But just know you can do it, and then love your team to the top. Like, that's how you're going to promote, is focus small and then like look at the bigger picture together. Like, if you're focusing on your executives, getting them to Ruby, focusing on their executives, getting them executive, like, you're going to have so much success, because then you're just working on your 400 boxes. Like, you get your team moving, and you're just focusing on like the people that really aren't working, and like the people you just need to fill. So yeah.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to open it up for any questions that anyone has for Andrea or Tay, or if you guys have any questions for me. So does anyone have any questions? You can unmute yourself, or you can just type it in the box, whatever's easier. But literally, like, any and everything. Like, if you guys have a question or you wrote down something that you need clarification on, ask it, because, like, you have to. Stephanie, yes.
Yeah. So, so I need help making a chart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who just started and you have one or less distributors on your team, so people who have signed up, they paid the $99 to sell and share this opportunity, you need to Google the It Works executive chart. Okay, you can draw it out or you can print it out, and then if you go on my, maybe not on my YouTube, if you just YouTube, like, It Works executive chart or It Works how to chart, there will be a ton of charting videos for you, or you can come to me or whoever your sponsor is separately, and I can do a one-on-one with you on how to do it and what everything means.
Okay.
Rachel wants to know, Tay and Andrea, is there anything that you wish you would have done differently? Well, next time Andrea promotes, she's promoting a month ahead. I mean, a week ahead. Okay. Tay was in the clear because she promoted like that afternoon, but so I'm going to speak for Andrea on that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
But is there really anything that you guys would have done differently?
Honestly, I think no, because I was already doing everything differently than what I was doing prior. So like I said before, I had been wishing it more than I had been working for it. I've been wanting it more than I was working for it. So that's what changed for me. I really just got to work, and I don't think I would have done anything different, because by then I started changing everything, changing my style of leading, changing messaging, everything. So for me, no, just because I already changed all of that. Does that make sense?
That's what I think too. Like, I pretty much we already talked about it, but literally everything that we did differently, like coming out of conference and everything that we took off doing was like what made us go. Like,
Yeah.
the new things that we implemented, those are what made us promote. Like, if we would have kept doing the same things we were doing before, like, it wouldn't have happened.
Abby wants to know, for newbies that need fire lit under their butt, what do you suggest doing to get over yourself? Just to really dive in and really work for it more than wanting it. Andrea and Tay, you guys are good at self-development. Will you add that into your whatever you're about to say? Just talk about self-development really quick.
For me, I actually started reading, and I'm like totally late to the whole You Are a Badass group fan, but you need to order You Are a Badass off of Amazon. It's $10. Pay for it. It's free shipping. You guys, I mean, it's just so relatable. And, even if you think like, oh, I don't have time, to sit there and read a book. Well, you have to do some sort of self-development, whether it's reading a book, listening to podcasts. I would listen to podcasts on my way to drop Audrina off from work or school. And then on the way home, like you constantly need to pour into yourself as much as you're pouring into your team. Because if you aren't believing in yourself, how can you lead a team? So you need to take that time and really, let yourself know, like, I can do this. And so for me, You Are a Badass totally helps. Listening to podcasts, even listening to like inspirational music. Like, you just need to time for yourself, because your whole team needs it.
Yeah, totally agree. That book's like amazing. I also read Get Over Your Damn Self. That's a really good one. I ordered another book, self-development book. I also watch YouTube a lot. Like, that's kind of my go-to. When I first started the business, I watched Alyssa Billiou cry and tear up her government assistant forms, and that is what that's what I always take myself back to, is that moment when I saw her and I was like, this is so real, this can be me, because that was me, that was literally where I was, so I always go back to that. And YouTube just has literally everything, anything. If you're not I have a lot of college kids on my team, just because I'm younger, obviously. So I always tell them to watch Jessica Pearson. She's not as active on her Facebook, so I don't recommend her for that. But her YouTube videos are very good. And they're not objective to having a kid or having any financial struggles necessarily. She's just straight out, tells you everything straightforward, and I think she's really good for everybody to watch. I watched Tiffany Hurd. There's tons of Zooms, literally anything you could want to find is going to be on YouTube. And that's just an amazing place to go if you ever feel stuck or if you ever feel in a drought. You can get so many tips and stuff like that. But
yeah, I remember, I still do it, but especially when I first started, I literally would lay in bed and I would stay awake an extra 30 minutes to an hour. I would put my headphones in because Jacob would be sleeping next to me, and I would just YouTube It Works Top Income Earner, and that's how I found Jade Hooper and Carrie Young. Those are my people. You're all going to relate to different leaders. Those are mine. And I remember I love them so much. And yeah, YouTube is so great for just getting different ideas and all that stuff. Okay, Tay and Andrea, what's next for you? What are your new goals for March and the rest of 2018?
I mean, we're going all the way. But, what? No. So this month, I mean, my team's going diamond. Like, I'm so excited for just everybody on my team. Like, you know, Heather, she's going emerald. Like, I'm so excited. Alex, I mean, just everybody. So, I mean, just we're going diamond this month. And then my 2-year is coming up in May. And I always said I
Not
wanted
your
to
2-year, your 1 year.
I mean, my 1 year. You threw me off when you said 2-year at the beginning of this.
Well, because I was messaging
Oh
you.
yeah. Okay, so 2 years ago, yeah. So I want to be double by May. I just think that would be awesome to really know what a year can do for you. If you're consistent, like, give yourself a year and you'll be amazed at how your life is going to be totally different. Like, that's exactly what I watched Casey do for an entire year. I
went double in a year.
I know that. I'm trying to like one up you, and I just know it's so doable, but you got to work your butt off. And, you know, I just don't plan on stopping. And I think that's the biggest thing, where you get comfortable. Like, you can't get comfortable. You have to constantly keep growing. There's always something you can learn. You just have to keep going. And by conference next year, mark my words, we're all going to be VIP. I mean, if you just keep going, like, I know I'm going to be down in the first level. I don't want to be up in the stands. I want to be down in the front row, and that's what's going to happen. So
yes, it is. I'm so excited. Okay, Tay, tell me. I mean, I know them, but say them loud.
It's literally the same exact. So, like, I'm going diamond this month. So I started on my 18th birthday. So I want to be double by the time I turn 19. It actually started, I wanted to be double by the time we went to green carpet. And then I was like, wait, that's already going to be past a year. So we're doing on my birthday, going to be double by my birthday, and then VIP by conference.
Yeah. Yay! I'm so excited. And y'all, mark my words, Tay will be on stage as a tap and roller at conference next year. I will bet anyone money on it. Tay will be on stage at conference as a tap and roller. Okay, Sam says, I feel like I get people to get interested, then they back out the last minute. So what do you guys do to sign those people who keep going back and forth, or just like to really like sink line and hook them?
I mean, that happens to all of us. Like I said, it took Casey a year to sign me. So just constantly don't forget about him. But I think what I started doing was, when I knew I had some people who were like right on the fence, I would make my posts like that would trigger them. So like, if I knew what their whys were, or, you know, what they wanted, but they just weren't sure if they were ready for this, like, I would make that one of my posts. Like, if they wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, I would talk about how I got to leave my full-time job. Like, I would make posts that would trigger their whys, because I know they're watching. So that's what I would do. And then I would follow up with them constantly. I mean, not annoyingly, but just never forgetting about them. And then, you know, making a post to pull on their heartstrings, because that'll get them.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, on the other hand, talking about products, it's kind of like the opposite for me. Like, instead of like, if they want to get a product, but they keep changing their mind, I give them a little time. Like, I step back from them and then like follow up with them, like maybe after a week or so. But like, people, if you keep going live and you keep posting about the products, and like, especially if you go live about the products they're interested in, or like something about their health goal, like, they're going to watch you. If you've been messaging them, like, you're going to show up on their timeline. They are going to watch that live video. So like, give them space, but tell everybody on the live how you have those 3 spots open, or those 2 spots open to get this discount. Like, even if you've already talked to them, they're going to message you again and be like, wait, like, what's going on? Like, what, you know, like, what are you doing? So like that, but kind of the same thing, but yeah.
Yes. And, you know, I always tell people, you know, like I said, today is my 2-year. I should probably be drinking champagne or something. And I have people signing. This loyal customer I just signed is one of my best friends, okay? And if I would have quit 1 year in, she wouldn't have been signed as a loyal customer with me. She would have been signing with someone else. So everyone joins at their time. Everyone has a new chapter in their life. And the best way to get this $5,000 bonus, the best way to go ambassador and earn $40,000 a month is you just have to keep going. And, you know, at the beginning of every month, I'm like, oh gosh, it's the beginning of the month. Like, what am I going to do? You know, me still as a triple, I say that. And then I'm like, okay, you know, like steps to success every single month. I do 1, 2, 3 DTs, 1, 2, 3, 4 LCs, and I cross them off as the month goes. And I try and double and triple my steps to success. But you guys, this business is not hard. Do not make it complicated. Keep it simple, and you're going to earn this $5,000 bonus. You just have to keep working at it, you guys. And this business is work, okay? But it's not hard work. You are not doing physical labor. You are literally able to sit on your butt in your bed at a Starbucks on the beach with your phone and sign up customers, okay? So if you tell me this business is hard and you don't know if it's for you, then I'm going to tell you then maybe it's not. Okay, because if you can't find joy in sitting your happy butt on the beach drinking a freaking daiquiri, signing customers, you know, that's me, okay? So, you know, and I tell my team all the time, I go, it's okay if you don't believe in yourself yet, okay? I didn't. I'm a teen mom, college dropout. I have 2 teen moms on here who went Emerald. One of them's a college dropout, okay? It's okay, but you can borrow my self-confidence until you have your own. And I cannot wait to celebrate all of your freaking diamond days. I mean, my team, all of you are going to make me broke because whenever I have a diamond pop on my team, I take them out for like a whole special day. So I'm going to be broke. Okay. I'm going to have to go ambassador by tomorrow to keep up with all these promotions and the gifts that I buy. Okay. Does anyone have any last minute questions? Or Tay, Andrea, do you guys have anything that you want to say last minute?
No.
Andrea, no? Any last minute questions from anyone? Okay, well, guys, so what day is it? March 4th, okay? So in 27 days, okay, pretend I'm Mark Pentecost, and I just gave you a $5,000 check. I literally want you to visualize that. $5,000. What would you do with that extra money? But you have to visualize it. You have to put it on a mirror. You have to put it on a piece of paper. Stop talking about your goals and start doing the action to do it. That was Andrea's and Tay's biggest thing. They would talk. They would tell me they're getting it. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And then finally they started doing what they needed to do. And I didn't have to pretend to believe in them. I knew that they were doing it, okay? Because both of these girls made me freaking nervous at the beginning of February. They're like, we're going. I'm like, okay, we're kind of far away. And they proved me so wrong. So do the action that it takes. Stop wishing for it and start working for it, like Andrea said. So yes, let's, Lucy, you can start that. When Mark gives you $5,000, March 31st, what are you going to do with it? So have a good rest of your night. Everyone, if anyone has any more questions, feel free to message. Yes, Andrea.
Can we take a picture of who's claiming this 5,000?
Okay, yes. Everyone turn on their videos. I'm going to take a picture. Cassandra, Stephanie, Lucy, Sam, Kimberlyn, Noni, iPhone.
iPhone.
There are a couple of iPhones. Samsung. Okay.
Where's Heather? She better be on here.
Sam, on the bottom, if you're on your phone, it should say, what does it say, Andrea, on the bottom of an iPhone?
What?
How do you turn your video on? I think you just say start video.
Oh, I think you
Turn on video.
Yeah, you have to touch the screen first and then click start video.
Yes.
On the bottom part.
Yes, Sam got it. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture. Smile. For those of you who I can't see your face, you're all dead to me. Just kidding. recorded and it's going on YouTube. So everyone's going to want to join this team now. Okay. I have to do 2 pictures. So keep smiling. Okay. Cause I have to do 2 pictures. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Oh yeah. Everyone put their hands up if you're earning it. I vow I'm helping 3 people on my team earn it. Okay. So put your hand up if you're earning this bonus, even if you're not in March and April or May. Okay. 1, 2, 3, smile. Oh, wait, hold on, one more. Okay, and then keep raising your hand and smiling because I have to do page 2. Okay, so keep raising your hand, smiling. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okie dokie. Okay, everyone. So stop just walking the walk. Wait, how does it go? Stop talking the talk and start walking the walk, okay? Anyone can
Never
do
say that again. Never say that again.
I should have probably stopped recording myself about 10 minutes ago.
Casey, post that picture so we can put on our walls too.
I will. I'll post it in Boss Babes. Let